What it do, y'all? Your boy is back on the grind another time, and man, am I exhausted. Oh man, I'm exhausted. You ever have those days where or it just kind of hits you and you don't want to do anything at all? Well, I feel like that right now. I just needed to get up and do something, even though I did not want to. Mainly because I'm not going to have any time the rest of the week. Maybe Wednesday, but today is Monday the 3rd, or excuse me, today is Sunday the 3rd, and the only other time I'd probably be able to do anything is maybe Wednesday. So we'll see. The weekend is doesn't work for me because I'm totally booked and everything, and man, I gotta get something done in the car. So I at least just wanted to come in here for a couple hours, maybe if I can get that in, and just do something. I got my Ict Billet brackets in, my R4 compressor for Corvette spacing, a bracket, and the power steering and alternator bracket as well. So I'm going to open that up and show you guys that, and then I would like to try to get the water pump on, the ZL1 water pump on, and the power steering and the alternator bracket on to see how that's going to all kind of line up. And then tomorrow my blower tensioner is supposed to be in, so hopefully we can get that at least looked at and lined up before Wednesday comes, and that way I can kind of hit that before the weekend, so I can kind of game plan what I want if that's not going to work out. So anyways, I don't want to make this video too long because my memory card is also low. I just haven't had any chance to dive into my videos. I have a lot of videos kind of stacked on there already that I haven't posted, and so it's just everything's kind of catching up to me now. And then of course the time that I have to work on a little bit, I'm just dead tired. But this is what it's all about. This is what I preach to my clients, man. It's just like, you know, when you're tired, you don't want to do anything, but you got to do it anyway. That's where the motivation comes in, y'all. So you know, you either can kind of sit there and just not do a damn thing, and then nothing will happen, no results will happen, or you can get up and try to do something. So I'm gonna try to listen to my own advice and just get in something, and then kind of go from there. So you guys stick with me. If it's your first time, definitely subscribe, y'all. Definitely think about hitting that notification bell, and man, just follow along. We got some content, we got some heat, and we coming. All right, first things first, I'm actually torqued down the blower. I never torqued it down. I just kind of set it in place, just to make sure I can run the wires and stuff around it, and extend wires where I need to go, and kind of work around it, and just in case if I needed to take it back off, wanted to be able to take it off. The bolts that hold it down are inside here, and they kind of go down the line there, and they're all just kind of hand tightened in right now. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I think those are supposed to be set at 89 inch-pounds. I think some people go to 100, and I actually picked up a inch-pound torque wrench from Harbor Freight. Got one of those as well. I got this. This is a 10-piece millimeter quarter-inch deep drive socket set. I just picked it up because I don't have any of any of the deep socket style, so I picked those up. And this right here is my power steering and alternator bracket. That's the part number right there. This is for Corvette spacing. So this is what I wanted because I'm going to run the CTSV harmonic balancer setup, and so that's why I got this, and I wanted to run my blower on its own drive. So hopefully this will work, and I'm actually going to stick with this, and this is the compressor right here. I won't do an unboxing on that just because I'm kind of crunched for time right now. We'll do an unboxing on that later when we're attacking that, but we're just going to do this right now, and then hopefully install the water pump too. So I probably won't film a lot of it, of me installing it. Show you after I am done. Again, I'm just trying to get through this for today, get you guys some content, and kind of just show you how I'm going to line all this up and what I am thinking. I just about got this all installed. I just have everything kind of snugged up for now, and that way if I have to take it back off, then I can just take it back off. I don't have anything torque to spec or anything quite yet, but the only thing that I have to put on now is the pulley, and I think I'm going to wait on that just in case like I said, I need to take it back off. But this Ict Billet bracket setup is pretty self-explanatory, y'all. That's why I didn't even bother to film it. Plus, like I mentioned, must have probably run out of film here shortly. So I wanted to make this video as short as possible. But this is the part number here. again for OEM style power steering and alternator bracket kit. This gives you the Corvette spacing. I think it's 99 to 04, I believe it is, or it could be even older, but I'm not sure. But you know, anywhere in the 2000 to 2004 range, Corvette style spacing, you should be good. And I think they skipped a few years and then brought the Corvette style spacing, at least for this particular spacing, back, if I'm not mistaken. But it lines up, man. I think it looks really sharp. Yeah, really sharp. The only thing I have to do as well is put on the pulley. This is also a Corvette style pulley, and the part number is right on it. So if you can see that, 1256, and then 8997. That's the AC Delco GM part number, and I have to. It'll actually sit right here, just like that. And then there'll be a pulley, this pulley, idler pulley, right here. And that's it. So Ict Billet surprised everything, all the bolts. So these are the two alternator bolts. These are your two alternator bolts that actually go right here. All right, and they give you the supplied nut to go with it as well. And I have one nut on there already. It gives you two style alternators, bracket hole setups. I think one's for a Corvette and maybe one is for something different. What does it say here? Optional hole for non-Corvette LS alternators. This is actually the big alternator, the 145 amp truck style, and so but it actually fits the OEM style truck style spacing as far as where the mounting points are. So I think it looks pretty sharp. And another thing I was worried about is a lot of people were having problems with clearance back here, and not so much maybe for the ICT. I don't know, I've never seen anybody install this, but like the LSX Concepts one, and I think there's a Dirty Dingo one maybe, they had problems hitting this nut back here that holds on this coil pack bracket, and I actually took it off because I thought I would have the same similar issue, and then they would have to move the coil to the side because it was hitting the coil. But as you can see, man, this clears here, and it also clears on the bottom. The only thing that's touching is just this wire, but that's not a big deal because it'll just rest right there. But I have plenty of clearance back here, nothing hitting the header or anything, so that is a huge plus. Saves me time and that headache. So if you guys are looking for anything to kind of clear that area, this would be perfect for that. And then, shoot, man, that's pretty much it. I got the ZL1 water pump installed, and that is good to go. This is my 90 style AC R4 compressor bracket that I made to fit. That's actually got to come out, and then I have my other Ict Billet R4 Corvette spacing bracket for this as well too. So I'm kind of waiting on that for now to kind of see if I'm going to need it. So I'm kind of just leaving that alone, this side alone. I'm going to have my supercharger pulley tensioner here. That's going to mount here, here, and here. Well, this and this will be tied in together by one belt, and that tensioner will supply the tension on that belt. So the blower is going to be in its own dedicated drive, and I'm trying to make that work with my AC. So we'll see if I can make that work. That'll be a completely different video, but I wanted to get this side dialed in first. Worst case, if I can't get this side to work with that setup over there, the Ict Billet bracket setup, then I'm probably gonna have to go sanding AC, and I'll just use this for a different car. So I don't want to do that because I just put this setup in, I think last year, and everything is charged and everything is good, and this whole setup is new, man, and I don't want to have to take it out if I don't have to. So I'm gonna see if I can make it work. The reason why I might have issues with it is because this supercharger pulley setup that I'm going to use from LSX Concepts might not work with the whole belt routing setup, at least on this side for the R4 compressor, because basically the R4 compressor was never meant to be used for the newer style LS motors. However, people do run them with just regular NA style setup. So I am going to see if I can try to make it work, and you know, hopefully I can. I've been doing a lot of research on it, and then it looks like it'll work. I might have to mod some things to maybe make it work, but we'll see. So anyways, y'all, I don't know if I'll basically call this a final install, but at least for video purposes and just to show you guys kind of what it looks like, I think I'll probably just call it there, because there's really not a whole lot more I can do, at least at this time. I don't have a pulley installer, so I'm going to have to go rent one of those from O'Reilly's, and other than that, I just have to install this pulley and just measure for my belt, and then that should be good. So worst case, as far as the AC goes, I can still run the setup without using this side. I'll probably have to get a tensioner, another tensioner, and because there's a tensioner that mounts actually here. There's also a tensioner that mounts down below, like way down here, that I have actually for my Chevelle. However, it's for truck spacing. It's a Ict Billet relocation tensioner kit, and so worst case, I'm thinking maybe if I can't run it there, maybe I can try to run one there if they make it for Corvette style spacing. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know, you guys. We'll kind of just see what it looks like. This bracket is really bulky, and so I might have to open that Ict Billet one up and then go ahead and install it. However, I kind of don't want to do that because if I open it, install it, obviously I'm gonna have to probably keep it. But I don't know, y'all. We'll see. We'll see kind of how it all comes together. So don't mean to confuse you guys, because these are all work together, but they're totally different projects in themselves. I just at least wanted to get this one mocked up first, and then we can attack that a little later on. So, but yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good, y'all. I really like the way it looks. That is the Corvette power steering pump. Oh, also I'm going to have to figure out where I want to mount the power steering reservoir. So that is also something I'm going to have to figure out, because the pipe and the throttle body and all that is going to come out this way, and normally the reservoir, I think, actually mounted right here, and at least on this particular bracket, and obviously that is not going to work. So I am going to have to figure out something else. We'll see. I don't know if I can mount it maybe down below or something, but we'll figure it out, y'all. We'll figure it out. I also thought about maybe mounting it right here. Maybe put a little reservoir right here, but we'll see. I will see kind of how that all works out. I'm also trying to figure out where I want to mount a reservoir for the coolant, because it has to. Well, I can technically run the coolant lines from that lid straight to the heat exchanger, which is down here, and tie it into the pump and all that and be good. I just have to hook up like an inline filler neck or reservoir. That way I can put water or coolant in it. However, it kind of makes it a little bit weird to kind of burp the system out and everything, and I kind of want to be able to access that if I ever want to add more coolant in, just with ease and everything. So what I might do is, I have my old OG washer, little fluid container deal here, and I'm thinking about possibly turning this into a kind of like a water tank. So I know they make those fittings where you can drill holes in your tank, and then they're like basically watertight fittings that have gaskets on both sides. You just drill the hole that you need, put the fittings in, and then put in your connections and be good. Because the reason why I'm thinking about doing that is because the stock location for that actually sits right here, and I left the nuts in there. So there's one here and there's one down there, and the space is there for it. The reason I took it out is well, I don't ever really use it anyway, but I had my filter right here for my Pro Charger. So I had a pipe there and everything, and that's where I kind of ran it. So I was thinking about maybe cleaning that up. So how this would work in theory would be, if the blower's sitting here, I would have the out portion going to the ice tank, which would be my tank that I'm trying to modify. I'll have 2 ports, a higher one and then a lower one. So it'll go out to the higher one. The water will feed down, drop down. It'll kind of be gravity fed down. So it'll come out the bottom port, gravity fed down to the pump, the end of the pump. And then the pump will help circulate the water through the heat exchanger, back out, and then up to the blower lid. So in theory, sounds good. We'll see if it actually works. But yeah, y'all, that's pretty much it in regards to this. You'll probably see it either a final install of it when I attack another part of the build, or I'll actually do a final install on it. So we'll see, but I think I'll call it here. It's actually really straightforward to install, you guys. That's why I didn't really film it. If you can follow directions, I mean, literally it's 4 different steps. Pretty solid. They really dummy it down for everybody. You can't really mess it up. And so we're just gonna kind of go from there. So the only other thing I have to do is figure out my power steering lines, and then we'll be set. So if this is your guys' first time tuning into the channel, definitely think about subscribing, y'all. Definitely follow along with the build. If you guys didn't know, I just got another car, so check out my other videos. And shoot, man, we in it, all right? Like, comment, subscribe, share, do all of that good stuff, y'all. Stick with me. We got it. Out.